Hey everybody, it's Ozzy at ShulSource with a super amazing time-sensitive power tip for all my brothers and sisters in the back office of shuls, of synagogues, for billing your pledge campaigns, any sort of mass appeals that took place over the high holidays. You better not bill those things one at a time. Pay attention, here's how you do it fast.
Okay, so ShulCloud users, here's a quick demonstration on how to batch bill, how to avoid having to enter every single one of these one at a time, whether it is a pledge card campaign or some other appeal. Entering those transactions one at a time can take a while, and here's how you shortcut that as best as possible on the most amazing, awesome Shul platform, ShulCloud. Start with your admin menu. I'm going to get out of the way there. And go to batch billing. Batch billing is the tool that you're going to use for this. As you can see, I have just recently used it for some of the campaigns we had at our synagogue, and you're going to go ahead and hit create new batch. Now, in subsequent years, if this is something you do often, you can clone a campaign and just update the settings, but for today's demonstration, let's do one from scratch so you're familiar with all the settings. So you start with a batch name. This is internal. It's for organizational purposes. This is not going to be published anywhere or show up on any member's account. Single amount is the most typical. So of course, you're going to want to organize your pledge cards into numbers, quantities. Usually there's a selection to be made, 1836, 180, 18,000, 1.8 million, whatever you got going on, good for you. So you're going to put your quantity in there. You're going to select a charge type. So this is from your actual regular charge types. In our scenario, it's going to be a group Rabbi's Aliyah campaign where everybody participating was able to contribute towards a large figure to sponsor the Rabbi's Aliyah. And then charge description. This is the description that's going to show up on the line item for every single person that you bill through this batch billing. So you want to make this some sort of descriptive terminology or information like you would any other charge type. So it's going to be group Aliyah for Rabbi on RH. Saving characters. Charge date, of course, you can pick the day that it's charged. It could be today or a manual date, due date as well. And the rest of these settings are typical for what you can do with any charge type, including splitting if you've got some sort of monthly campaign or you want to bill it in stages. All these settings you should be familiar with from other charge and transaction activities that you're involved with. And then finally, this is where you start saving time. Instead of billing these accounts one at a time, you can add all the names in one swoop, and once you're done, review them, double check them, and hit that create charge, and you will create a batch of charges for every single one of the included accounts, just like that. And again, in subsequent years, you can go ahead and clone that. So you can keep your description, you can keep your amounts, you can update them if there's a year stated in the description, whatever the case may be. But batch billing is awesome for this and for membership dues, and any time that you are billing a large number of people the same amount with the same description for the same charge type. Now, important, the one thing this does not do is there are no notifications created from this. Nobody gets a notification that a charge was added to their account. So that is something you would want to do manually through the mail system. Switching tabs here, you'll see I've got the mail system already primed up. I'm going to focus on step one. The rest of it is customizable, as you know, from the mail system, and you can add custom tags and fields and links that take people straight into the system already logged in. We're going to skip that for this tutorial and try to keep it brief, but this is very important. These batches that you created do not notify anyone that they've got a new charge. So you go to the mail system, and in step one, you are going to be selecting a contribution notification. And using these settings, you're going to zoom in on what we just did. So the date that we had used as the batch billing date, if it's today, then you're going to focus on today's date. If it was another date, you want to focus on that, and you want to select the charges that were added on this date between these amount ranges and for this charge type, and you want to be as specific as possible so you don't pick anything else up, because the end result of this is going to be an email that goes out with an attached invoice or charge notification, however you've got your template set up, to each and every qualifying member. And here as well, you can choose the payment status. So if it's a thank you for one of these campaigns and it's all been paid, you can include everybody, even those paid in full. If you're just sending the notification to those that haven't paid yet, then you're going to click unpaid and you can proceed through these settings. There are some custom fields that you can put in there, like the charge amount. You can attach the invoice, and you can notify everyone that was just batch billed that they have a new charge on their account and give them a link to log right in and pay for that. So that is your brief tutorial on batch billing. Please do not enter these one at a time. It can take so long and you've got so much to do. So free yourself up some time and use batch billing and use it wisely. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Ozzy Rosenblum with ShulSource. We'll be happy to help you with all of your ShulCloud questions. And if you need more, we're here. We'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.